What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. It's a sad day. Well, it's a sad night at the moment, but I'm getting rid of my mountain bike.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the black. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack.
My pride and joy, my first dual suspension bike, my first proper mountain bike. I'm selling the bike. I'm getting rid of it. There's nothing wrong with it. There might be something wrong with me. Got a potential buyer lined up. We're actually meeting up tomorrow. I'm just getting the bike ready for him to, take ownership. Just to, take a last gander at the most fun bike that I have had thus far. That's not saying much. I had a hardtail and then I upgraded to this one. And then while I had this one, we bought another hardtail for my wife to occasionally have a ride on. The occasions are very few, but nonetheless, this is the bike that I'm getting rid of. It's basically the bike that I did the whole channel on thus far. So just to give you a rundown, I did the whole wash and clean and did a little silicone spray on the framework, spit and shine. Everything looks nice and new. Well, as new as it can look. I took off the silicone grips that I had on here. I put on some foam grips. They're basically brand new. There is a relatively new chain on here. The cassette has got a lot of life in it as well, and this whole chainring and crank setup is also pretty new. I haven't done a year on this whole drivetrain as you see it at the moment. The derailleur is also new. I replaced the derailleur with the crank set, so the bike is in tip-top shape. I have done a 50-hour lower leg service on the forks. I have not yet done anything on the rear shock. It might be due for a service at this stage. The saddle that I had on here, I replaced with another saddle. The saddle is like a carbon saddle. It's actually a lot lighter. But with the bike, I've got a few extra bits and bobs that I've got lying around that I want to get rid of. There's nothing wrong with it, but I feel like he's gonna get most use out of it now that he's buying the bike. So here are the goodies. There are two brand new chains. Then there's a bottle cage extra. There is these two clamps that go here onto the seat post. And then you can add another bottle cage here at the back. There's no space in the frame for two bottle cages, so that's how I ran it. I had the one here and then the one here just closer to the seat, because if you have the shock, the suspension working, the bottom of the bottle cage would tend to touch the rear tire while it was rotating, so just something to keep in mind. Then I've got another seat clamp here. I'm not going to use it, it's an extra one. And then this bolt is a brand new bolt. A friend actually gave this to me because he also had the same frame. He actually had more than one of these, and on his first frame, this bolt over here, I think it broke. Then he had to order a new bolt that had to go in there. But I think he ordered two at that stage. When he got rid of that bike, he still had the bolt and he gave it to me. Well, now that I'm getting rid of the bike, I don't have a use for it. This guy's gonna have a use for it. So the reason we're selling the old bike is because we got a new one. This is the Merida 96 RC XT 5000, I believe it is. So while we've got a lot of dogs barking outside, XT meaning everything is XT on this bike. We've got XT hydraulic brakes, got an XT cassette, we've got an XT crank, we've got an XT derailleur, got Fox suspension front and rear. This is a full carbon frame as well, normal alloy rims, alloy seat post and normal alloy handlebars. The previous owner replaced the hubs that you get with the bike with some Hope Pro 4 hubs. Okay, so this is a second-hand bike. I think it's a 22 model, it might be a 23 model. So it's a bit of a fixer-upper as well. Because you buy a second-hand bike, there's obviously components that wear out that you need to replace. When I put a chain checker on it, the chain was worn out, so I replaced the chain. And with the amount of wear that the chain had on, that usually means that you've got a cassette that needs to be replaced as well. I'm not sure about that yet. I haven't ridden the bike really, because I'm still coming from a shoulder injury that I'm recovering from. The derailleur also had an issue on the clutch that I managed to fix. I didn't know that it was fixable, but then I found a video on YouTube and it was easily repairable, and the clutch is now working hundreds and the derailleur is working hundreds. So looking at the brake pads, they are still an acceptable limit, but I would like to at least get new brake pads for the future. So this Thompson Elite seat post is not the seat post that comes out with this bike. This bike comes out standard with the dropper post, so I don't have one on here now. I would really like to put one on the bike, so that is a plan for the future. The saddle is just a saddle that I took from my bike and put it on here. This rear shock, I pumped it up a few times and it looks like it's losing pressure. I'm a little worried, but I do have a service kit with new seals, and I'm planning to replace all the seals, do that. I've never done a rear shock service like that before, so it's going to be a new job for me working on the bike, and I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully that will sort out the shock losing the pressure. And then I think all the problems are sorted. We might still need to replace the cassette, but that I'll only know if I take the bike out and put some torque, you know, onto the gears. Put some of my personal flair on here. I'm a fan of the red. And then I put, this is not the ESI grips, this is just a local cheap silicone grip that I put on here. The original silicone grips that were on here were ESIs, but they were worn out, so I just used the bar ends from those. So the other thing is, it's got this protective film on here that is here to protect your frame against any rocks shooting up, any scuffing that you might encounter while out riding. It's everywhere on the frame. It's everywhere protecting the frame. It's on the bottom here as well. It's on the fork as well, and also here on the top. So what it has done, it's over the course of using the bike, it's got scuffing on this protective tape, and it's got this yellow stain that it somehow got from being out in the sun. I'm not planning on removing the tape as of yet, but yeah, when we've got everything fixed, then maybe we will do some other modifications. I might remove the tape, I might put on some other tape just to protect the frame again. I'll cross that bridge when we get there. That is the Merida 96 RC XT 5000, and I'm looking forward to getting this bike out on the trails. So the sale went good, great actually. I'm so happy to let the bike go to somebody that is going to use it, and I'm sure going to enjoy it as well. Now there's something that I want to mention. I did ask for permission so that I can shout out the charity that he's a part of. So he told me the story of his little boy that was born back in 2019 with a rare disease called congenital muscular dystrophy, or CMD for short. Now in the case of his little boy, the muscles that are involved with normal breathing were affected and he needed help with his breathing. Now I can't imagine what it's like having two healthy young little girls, but I'm sure it's not an easy lifestyle. The sad news is that his little boy passed away in 2023. With the passing of their son, they started the Little Lighthouse Foundation to create awareness and to encourage research and to give support to families that find themselves navigating their lives around this disease. If you know of anybody that can benefit from their charity or want to support them in any way, you can find them on Facebook or on Instagram, send them an email, and most of all, keep them in your prayers. So to the Van der Walt family, I wish you nothing but the best for the future, and keep up doing the good work. I haven't been riding, I haven't been doing videos. The reason for that is the shoulder. Long story short, broken clavicle again, had to do an operation again. This time they had to remove the old plate to put in the new plate. We just happen to have the old plate right here. This is the one that was in there, and now I've got a new one in. So if you want to see me do all the repairs and all the stuff that I do on the bike, then you are going to have to subscribe to the channel, or you can click on any other video doing the same thing. But thanks for being patient, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next video.